Hello, everyone. This is Sapphire Blue with Starlight Divine Readings. I want to thank you guys for joining me tonight. Actually, it is nighttime for me. Um, I posted a video yesterday, but I deleted it because I think it was long and too much. But today I decided to do a reading for the Twin Flame update. And it's been a minute since I posted. I've been really focused on some other things this week. But I wanted to give you guys an update because I haven't done one in a while. And I really wanted to know what was going on with this union. So I have this spread here. And I guess I'll just go into the reading. I shuffled, I used my Gilded Tarot and my Rider-Waite Tarot. These are general energies with the Rider-Waite, and this is more detail for the masculine and the feminine. Hope you can see that a little bit better. Okay. Maybe I should, yeah, there we go. Okay. Alright, sorry about the lighting. It's just that, here we go. Maybe that's a little better. I don't want to put a shadow on it because of the way I have my camera, but, here we go. Okay. So let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so the first card I drew was, what was the general energy of the reading, and I have the Four of Wands. Okay, the Four of Wands basically talks about stable home life. Four represents stability, foundation. Four of Wands talks about a desirable outcome, desires, passion, love, the whole package, kind of like having your things together, having everything together. So that's what they have in common, and that's what they both want. So I drew a card for Divine Masculine's current headspace, and I got the Two of Swords. So he may be at a crossroads right now, choosing on which way to go. Two of Swords talks about choices, making a decision. He could be in his head about a lot of things right now, trying to figure out which way to go, what he really truly wants, and not necessarily what he wants, but how he's going to go about it. And for the Divine Feminine, I received the Fool. And, you know, the Fool talks about new beginnings. So I guess that's kind of their headspace. I'm going to move over to my Rider-Waite Tarot and give some general energy. And I have the Seven of Pentacles, the Ace of Swords, and the Ten of Wands. Okay, so when I look at the Seven of Pentacles, I see the Divine Masculine as surveying what he's accomplished. You know, he's looking at what he's doing with his life. He's looking at all the coins he saved, all, you know, just what he's doing in his life. And really just kind of processing it. And I feel like he's trying to decide whether he's satisfied with what he has, or is there more to his life? Is there more than just working and making this money? Is what more is there? How can he add to what he already has? We have the Ace of Swords here, which talks about clarity and new beginnings. So again, I said I think he's focused and he's in his mind right now, searching for clarity on how to make things complete for him. How to go from the 7 to the 10. He's trying to get there. All right. Then we have the 10 of Wands. I'm going to show it again. The 10 of Wands lets me know that he is ready to accumulate everything. He may be taking on too much, or in his head too much as well. He just may be, he may have all of his ducks in a row, and he's holding on because he knows that he wants the full package. And he's, and it also, like I said, it could be that he's just in his head too much and he's taking on too much, because I do feel like the Divine Masculine is taking care of a lot of things. He has a lot on his plate, for sure. And I feel like with the 2 of Swords, he's split between what he wants and what he's obligated to. So there needs to be some releasing of a lot of baggage with the Divine Masculine. I feel like his hands are full of things that he doesn't want right now. Then we go here and back to the Gilded Tarot for the Divine Masculine, and I did get the 9 of Swords. Now the 9 of Swords is like the courage card and the holding on. He is holding on, throughout the deck. This character holds on to one sword in particular in most of the wands, because that's his security blanket. That's the one thing that's his constant. And I feel like that thing is the Divine Feminine for sure. Is always one of those, is the wand he's holding. But there's so many other things that are going on that he has to take care of, Because in the 9 of Swords, look, he's holding on to the 1. And at the 10 of Swords, he's holding on to all of them. And when I look at the 9 of Wands, I look at that as being courageous, because you're holding on to, he's holding on to what's important. And that's where he wants to be. He wants to hold on to what's important. But we also have this 10 of Swords right here. And when you look at the 10 of Swords, the 10 of Swords talks about being, there's a lot of pain behind that card. And he's coming out of that. He's coming out of betrayal, hurt, being stabbed in the back, whatever you want to call it. The Divine Masculine is coming out of that. And it's just a lot going on with him. I'm just looking at these cards and I just feel like heaviness. Heaviness, heaviness, heaviness. And then we have the Lover's card, and that's pretty much what he should do. That's what he wants. That's what he's aspiring to go, is to love again. Not only for Divine Feminine, but for himself. He wants to feel that passion. He wants to feel, because I feel like he feels something is missing. But I think he's afraid to go for it, because I think he's afraid of what Divine Feminine is going to do. He's not sure if she's still going to be there. He's not sure if, like, his faith is shaken. I feel like the faith for the Divine Masculine has been shaken so much with all the Tower moments and everything that they've gone through, that this is what they fear, but this is what they want, if it makes any sense. Okay, so for the Divine Feminine, I told you I got the Fool. And her obstacles are the 10 of Pentacles and the Devil. Now, when I see that together, when I see the devil is, to me, the epitome of being bound to something or feeling extra committed. The Ten of Pentacles is really where Divine Feminine's focus is seeing the bigger picture. I feel like Divine Feminine is opening up. So when I got these cards over here, I got the Victory card, the Sun, and Justice. Okay. Now, victory is, winning, getting over things, winning obstacles. And then we have the Sun, which is having everything, the complete package. Then we have the Justice card. The Justice card is more of like weighing things out. And I feel like Divine Feminine is in her head a lot too. But her focus is more obsession. What she should be doing is worrying about being ready for when Divine Masculine makes his choice, when he makes his decision. I know this sounds all over the place, but like I'm getting it all over the place. Okay, so we have Divine Masculine trying to make a decision. Nine of Wands. I feel like that energy is just him finding the courage to get over this hurt and this pain, to love again, basically. I feel like with the Divine Feminine, with this new beginning, with the Fool, and the Ten of Pentacles, and the Devil, she's addicted to her work right now. But she's still focused on the union. They're both focused on the union. But I feel like Divine Masculine is afraid and Divine Feminine is kind of impatient. But I feel like the Divine Feminine needs to know that this is all divine. It's going to work out. It's going to pan out, and be patient. Just focus on your coins. Focus on, take a rest from stressing. Weighing things out. Everybody's in their heads. And I think once everybody gets out of their head, there will be, it will be easier to come to union, because look, when I come down here to my outcome cards, I have Three of Pentacles, Three of Wands, the Star, and the Chariot. So Three of Pentacles talks about building, coming together for like a project. And then you have Three of Wands, waiting for your ships to come in. And then followed by the Star and the Chariot, which talks about healing and moving forward. This is what we're trying to get to, folks. The healing and moving forward with this union. And I think it's absolutely possible. It's absolutely going to happen. I mean, you can't stop divine timing. You can't stop what the divine plan has for the twins. You can't stop it. It's going to happen. It's inevitable. But I do feel like the Divine Feminine has worked, but she's unhealthily obsessing about her masculine at this point. And I think it even says here what she should do is rest. The Four of Swords. Take a break. Relax. Just do what you have to do. You know, you can't force the union. You can't force it to happen. It has to come on its own. Because you can't rush divine timing. I tell everyone that. I'll tell anybody that. You can't rush divine timing. So, when you guys, divine feminine, it's only a matter of time. It's not a matter of if anymore. It's not a matter of, is this my twin? Is this union gonna happen? Because it's going to. But there's still patience that has to be had. You have to have patience. You can't eat food that's not done. So you gotta wait for this thing to cook. I'm looking at these cards and I'm just seeing it's like a bunch of unnecessary chaos. Because we've known from the beginning that everything that's going on is going to be divine timing, right? So why are we stressing about it? Why are we as divine feminine stressing about this union when everything that we are feeling intuitively, we know is going to happen, right? I don't know. I just look at it and I look at it from my own experience and my own journey. And I do see, you know, I do see me having those same feelings about it. Because I know there's a mission that needs to be completed. I know there's something that needs to be done. But what can we do until the masculine is ready? What honestly can you do? But continue to live your life. Continue to be in good energy. Continue to conquer whatever demons need to be conquered in your life. Because it's going to happen. I mean, I can't get any more blunt than that. You know, with this Four of Wands, that's the energy of both. So that lets you know right there that that is the goal for the masculine and the feminine. It's union. But how do they get there? That all depends on divine timing. Divine masculine has work to do. He still has a lot of things in his mind. He has a lot of things going on in his world. He's looking at things differently. And he's coming into himself as the divine feminine has come into herself. Now, I'm not saying that divine feminine is ahead. I mean, which she is in a way, but I'm not saying that she's better off than divine masculine, because you have your, I'm sorry, guys. You have your own, we have our own things to deal with as the divine feminine, you know. But it's a lot of emotions tied into this union. And sometimes you let your head override your heart and your heart override your head. But right now we have to find a balance in between that and keep pushing, keep moving. Because what we're trying to do, we're trying to get to here, the healing and the moving forward. And that's on both sides. Divine feminine is waiting for the ships to come in. Divine masculine is what? Still building his empire. And of course that's going to be done together. But you both are waiting. But healing. This is most important for both sides. Because sometimes, you know, divine masculine's going through a lot. Like I said, tower moments and everything. But they have to heal just like we have to heal. And that may take time. And everybody's journey is different. So it may take longer than others. I know some twins are already in union. But this month, I think it's going to be really important in the union. I think there's a lot of Tower moments happening, and the union keeps getting closer and closer because the cards keep changing every week for me in my readings. And I do see it being close, but what is our perception of close? You know, time is fluid, so it could be anywhere from tomorrow to a year from now to 2 years from now. But we can't rush divine timing. I keep saying that. So I'm sorry, guys, if this reading feels like it's all over the place, because I feel like the energies are all over the place. You know, divine masculine has their head caught up in some things. You know, and some of you guys might not know what the other party is going through, so you can't really judge anything either. Unless you're in communication. You know, if you are in communication and you know exactly what your divine masculine or your divine feminine is going through, then you can really judge. But if you are not, if you're in separation, you can't judge what they're going through. So you don't know how much time they need. You don't know how much time it's going to take. And I mean, this is like one of those fairy tale romances. You know, you go through so much to be together, and it seems like every obstacle on the planet comes in between it. So I was shuffling my romance cards, and what I got was, it is worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your life. Didn't I not just say that? Divine timing. That's all I can really say about it, because it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Now, I know that there are some divine masculines who are really just figuring out what is going on, figuring themselves out. Some of them are just now leaving relationships that they're not supposed to be in. You see, I got this codependency card. Addictions are affecting your romantic life, but I don't see that as drugs and alcohol. I see that them being codependent in the relationship that they are currently in and having a hard time leaving it because of maybe children, or the person may be financially dependent on them, or it may be something, you know, just a feeling of safety with that relationship, and it's hard for them to leave. My advice for the divine feminine is just to stay in your positive energy. I know the last few days it's probably been really heavy on the divine feminine because of just the way the energies are, basically. But it's going to get heavier. But you have to be strong. You know, you have to just continue to press on, continue to, whatever it is you feel like you're lacking, that's all in your mind. You're not lacking love from your divine masculine. You're not lacking companionship, because he's always there with you. Look, past life relationship. You have known each other before. So you have to be patient. You've known this person your whole life. There is chemistry. There's a strong magnetic attraction here. But I also got the deception card. Now, that sometimes worries me, but I don't think it's because there's any lies going on in the relationship. I think that, you know, there's some things that are being withheld. Like I said, you don't know what the other party is going through. Like I said, if you're not in communication, you have no idea. You know, somebody's not telling everything. And it might be for your protection, to protect the divine feminine from knowing what's going on. Or it may be to protect themselves because they're just not ready. But very soon, clearly decide what you want so it comes to you now. And I feel that's more for the divine masculine, because the divine feminine, she knows what she wants. She knows she wants this union. Some of you are really trying to give up on it. I really feel like there's a lot of women, a lot of divine feminines who are really trying to give up on this union because they're tired of waiting. But very soon, and I think that this very soon card is for the masculine as well, because they need to choose. You know, I don't want you to think that time is running out, but, you know, the divine is going to push the union anyway. It's going to happen. It's inevitable. It's inevitable. And some of you are getting to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond will deepen. So like I said, it's coming. It's coming. And this is a beautiful reading. I know they don't always say what you want them to say. You know, look, forgiving and learning. I've been getting this card all day for readings. And healing family issues. The Divine Masculine is healing family issues right now. But this is true love. This is a romance of a lifetime. And it is. Like I said, it's like a fairy tale. You know, I watched the show that comes on Once Upon a Time. And they're always having obstacles thrown in their way. You know, heroes versus villains. And, you know, it's always true love's kiss that breaks the curse. Well, you know, this is kind of like what it is. You've had so many obstacles thrown in your way. You've had so many things happen in this relationship. You've been together, separated, fussing, fighting, arguing, whatever it is that you've gone through in your union. And you are finally able to get that. But you've gone through so much. So, all right, guys, it's late for me. I just wanted to do this really quickly just to see where the energies were. Like I haven't been on here in a while. And I hope this gives you some peace. If this resonates with you, I'm so thankful that it does. If it doesn't, well, I don't know what to tell you. But you guys keep your head up. Like I said, I wish there were more Divine Masculines that would watch these videos. They might understand themselves a little more. And you guys, y'all have a good night. This is Sapphire Blue with Starlight Divine Readings. And I'll be back with an update probably sometime in a couple of days. So, you guys be blessed always.